Доброго дня, шановні колеги.
Good afternoon, dear colleagues. We offer you the press briefing of Oleksandr Motuzianyk, Colonel, who is a spokesman of the administration of the President of Ukraine on anti-terrorist operation. Good afternoon. Here's the information about the events that took place in the zone of the anti-terrorist operation over the last day. So, the number of enemy shellings of Ukrainian positions has diminished almost twofold. There were 47 cases of violation of the regime of silence on the side of the illegal armed formations. However, the situation on the front line still remains tense, and the enemy episodically uses the mortars. Now in details, there's an absolute lull in the Luhansk sector. In the Donetsk sector, yesterday on the Svitlodarsk axis, there were two provocations by the enemy with the use of grenade launchers and high-caliber machine guns. On the northern outskirts suburbs of Horlivka, there were low-intensity combat actions, and the enemy has launched 14 mines from mortars of the 82mm caliber on the positions of the anti-terrorist operation forces to the west of the occupied Horlivka, next to Troitsk and Novorodsk. The illegal armed formations have opened fire mostly during the daytime. They used grenade launchers and small firearms, and they also launched two mortar mines. And next to Troitsk, there are provocations of illegal armed formations next to Donetsk airport. However, they did not use heavy armaments. The highest activity of the enemy was yesterday next to Krasnohorivka. At around midnight, they started to fire at Ukrainian positions from 82 and 120mm mortars, and they stopped this only when the dawn broke. They have launched more than 75 mines, mortar mines, on the positions of the anti-terrorist operation. Mariupol district, one short armed provocation took place near Shirokino as a result of enemy firing. One Ukrainian military was wounded. No other losses were sustained by the anti-terrorist operation forces over the last day. As the Ukrainian intelligence reports, the sanitary and epidemiological situation remains complicated on the temporarily occupied territories of Donetsk Basin. On the 1st of February, 6 people died in Horlivka, and one person died in Shakhtarsk and Rovinky each. In Luhansk, there are deaths because of epidemic every day. In Popasna district of Luhansk region, the Ukrainian security service, together with the military, have detained in the so-called gray zone a car with explosives. They confiscated an anti-tank mine, 4 trinitrotoluol devices, and condensator explosion device. On one of the testing and training grounds of the armed forces of Ukraine, there was a tactical training and 4 brigade commands. And one of these days, in the National University of Defense of Ukraine, named after Ivan Chernykhivsky, there was the first graduation ceremony of the officers of reserve who took part in the anti-terrorist operation. 15 graduates of the department got the rank of junior lieutenant of reserve, and they all have high education. The Ukrainian military have handed over humanitarian help to the residents of Toshkivka villages and to the students of the Nizhning education combined in Popasna district, Luhansk region. The military have collected 150 sets of foodstuffs